How many times have you walked out of an interview saying, oh my God, why did I give this example instead of this example? Now, recruiters, listen up, because here we have a fantastic example of how we can get the best outcome of your interviews. And this is also the reason why I'm staying on LinkedIn despite all of its flaws, because we still have a few good people we can learn from. So Matt, managing director, posted that they are interviewing and they are sharing interview questions with candidates beforehand. And this is what they learned. Let's start with the experience. So both sides are more relaxed and have a better experience, interviewers and candidates. Then let's talk about the neurodiverse candidates who found it really, really helpful. Now, here is why I support this, despite the argument that, oh, AI will help them and all that. Well, if you are an experienced recruiter, interviewer, manager, leader, you will pick up on those ones. But the reason I really support that, because the aim of any interview is to get the best out of that candidate, is to check if the candidate's knowledge, expertise, skills, mindset, orientation matches the role. That is the only objective of any interview, to check if the candidate is suitable for that role. Now, how I would do that is this, and I always miss that from interviews, because I cannot stand the competency-based nonsense. Absolutely hate it, with the same questions with everybody. Now, I would present the job scope, the challenges, what the role requires, the context of the role, that maybe we have a very strict board of directors you will be reporting to. You have this type of manager. The environment is self-learning, whatever the context of the job. And then give that to the employee or to the candidate to prepare for the interview, asking, tell me, based on your experience, knowledge, skills, why that role with its context would be suitable, why would you be successful, and what would be the missing areas that might compromise your success. That way you really get the candidate to think about, because sometimes we have the skills, the knowledge, but then we end up in an environment where we cannot actually perform and demonstrate those competencies. So what's the point? The context is always missing from every job interviews, and that is the most important thing. People don't fail because of skills and knowledge. We learn that. People fail because of the context of the job. And nobody is talking about it. Nobody has ever presented you the clear picture. They tell you, we want you to come in and make changes. And then nobody's allowing you to make changes. Okay. So the context is more important than the actual job, because people can do the job. Why they cannot do the job is the environment, is the context. So let's talk about that. Here is a perfect example you guys can steal, copy, tweak, and see how that would work. And I'm telling you, that works, because how many times you found yourself in this situation, oh, I didn't think of that, because recency effect, right? It's so much happening during an interview. You are bombarded with questions, and not everybody is good with instantaneous reply. You have to analyze that situation, that context, what would be the most relevant from your experience. It takes time. So basically, we set people up for failure with this interrogation style of, interviewing, especially when there is a board right in front of you. It is intimidating, even for the most confident and successful and self-esteemed person. So let's change candidate experiences. Allow them to give us the best answer. And are they going to use help? Well, there is no problem. But you as a recruiter and interviewer, you can probe into it and really dig into, is that really? Because if I haven't done something that I claim that I have, You can find out very quickly if you have the expertise by just probing in. Okay, tell me more about that, etc., etc. And that's it. And when there is nothing to give, maybe not. So yeah, think about that. I think it's fantastic.